Hey, today it's time for another fun card tutorial video, and I've got a fun one today for you using some brand new products that just launched called the Paper Tags Bundle. The moment I saw it, I knew I had to have it, and I instantly thought of this fun fold that we're going to share with you today, and it is a bookmark card. So it's like a two-in-one. They get a bookmark and they get a card. So it's like 2 for 1, right? It's kind of fun. And they're gonna love it. They can use it as a tag, they can use it as a bookmark, they can use it as a card. So it's so fun. And I can't wait to show this easy card with you today. So let me turn the camera down so we can get started. Okay, so this is the Paper Tags Bundle. And let me show you that card up close again so that you can see it's this fun. So there's a pocket here. So we're going to create that pocket card. And then they've got a fun that they can use as a tag. They can use it as a bookmark, or they can just leave it as a fun card. I love this design and I hope you do too. So Paper Tags is the new stamp set, and they are these kind of chalkboard-ish designed stamps with these great sentiments. May your day be filled with sunshine and laughter. You're so very kind. I love this one. Consider this a paper hug. That'd be super cute for the envelope, right? It's a wonderful day to celebrate you, happiness enclosed and just for you. And then this great frame image as well. So let me show you these dies. So they are all kinds of fun tags. And so this larger one is going to cut out this piece here. So you can see what that looks like. The bigger one over here is going to create this piece. And then we've also got these different extra dies. So we've got this one here, which is going to coordinate here. It's got that great stitching on the outside. We've got the inside piece here, so you can layer those together. And then this one will cut out, like if you wanted to put some ribbon maybe through that, you could do that. And then this one here is a banner that will actually wrap around this die. So cool how you can build those together. So let's start with today's card. And just in case you need a reminder, you can find the instructions, the step-by-step instructions, the supply list, and all of the measurements for today's card. You don't have to take notes today. You can find them for this on my blog at stampinqueenbee.com. You can also sign up there for my weekly Buzz Bulletin, and that's going to get the PDF emailed right to your inbox every single week, so you never have to miss it, right? Okay, so let's start with our card base. So this base is going to be 8 by 4 1/4, and we're going to score it at 5 1/2. And so that's going to create this little lip. So we're just going to fold that over. We're going to take our bone folder and burnish that so it is a nice good crease there. I've got some designer series paper that I already cut, and that is from our Country Woods designer series paper. I was so excited when they announced that this would be carrying over into our new annual catalog. And side note on our annual catalog, if you need one of those, there is a catalog request form on my website that you can fill out, and I will mail a catalog package to you. There's some free samples inside and some goodies, so you won't want to miss that. If you need a catalog and don't already have a demonstrator sending you one, if you're one of my customers, yours is on the way. And if you're new to me or to Stampin' Up, I am excited to send that to you. So this Country Woods designer paper that we're using today, I've already pre-cut a couple of the pieces. So here is one of those that I have already pre-cut. I know, it's so hard to decide which side to use, right? We're going to use the darker side for this part. So we're just gonna go ahead and add our liquid adhesive right to that. So this is a fun fold, but it's an easy fun fold. I like easy fun folds. The complex ones are awesome, but sometimes I just think you can be simple and wowy at the same time. So we've got this piece adhered to that top larger portion of our card base. We're gonna flip this up and we're going to adhere it just on the sides. So to use that, we're gonna use some tear and tape adhesive. So let me go ahead and get that started. And we're gonna put this close to the end on each side. Love our tear and tape because you just can tear it, right? And it makes it so easy. So we're just gonna go ahead and tear that. We're gonna tear one more for the other side here. And then we're just gonna take our bone folder, and I like to burnish over that tear and tape because it just makes sure it's totally adhered, and then it's easy to remove the backing. So I like to use my Take Your Pick tool, and I just kind of slide that pointed edge underneath, and it peels right off the backing. You can see the glare right here, right? You can see that adhesive. So we'll go ahead and get the other side off. And then we're just gonna fold this up and press down on the other side, and that we have created our little pocket here. So on the outside of our little pocket, I've got another piece of designer paper here. So we're just gonna go ahead and adhere that with a little bit of liquid adhesive. And we'll just put that right on the front of our pocket. And that is the bones of our card. How easy was that, right? So then I've got a die cut piece. This is Petal Pink that I have die cut with that large paper tag die. So that, we're gonna set that aside. I've also die cut one of those background, can you see that stitching on there? So that's this die here, and you can see that stitching all the way around that. This is early espresso, so it may not show on camera, but I think you can see it. So we've got those pieces. We're gonna do a little bit of stamping here. So first, I've just got a scrap piece of basic white, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna use some Petal Pink ink, and we're gonna stamp this image, which is that kind of ornate border, tag border we'll call it, and we're just gonna go ahead and stamp that in the Petal Pink. Then I've got some early espresso, and this one we're gonna ink up the sentiment just for you in that early espresso, and we're just gonna stamp that right in the middle of our border there. Isn't that nice? So then I will take my tag die right here, the one that doesn't have the stitching on it, and we'll run that through our die cut machine, and magic of TV will have that cut out for us. So we'll set that there. We'll use that here in a second. And now I'm gonna bring in a piece of early espresso cardstock, and I'm gonna bring in my white Stampin' Up! Ink pad. So these come uninked, but they come with a white refill. This is craft ink, so it's a little bit thicker than our normal ink, and we're just gonna ink this up. So what I like to do, this is a bigger stamp, and so I'm gonna actually take my stamp pad to my stamp, and we're just going to get this white ink, this white craft ink all over our image. So I just like to kind of look at my image and make sure that it's even, that we've got our ink all over there. Because it's this craft ink, it's sticky and a little bit thicker. So we're just gonna take this we're gonna stamp that down. We're gonna make sure we press real good because we wanna get that image, it's more solid, so we wanna really make sure that we get all that ink stamped down. Now, because this is that craft white ink, it's going to take a little extra time to dry. So I'm gonna set this aside. I actually have one already stamped for us. And once this is dry, you will take this die, which will die cut this entire stamped image, and it will come out like this. So we will have our paper tag. Isn't that just the cutest? So this is actually split with the die. It's got that heart hole that's right there. How cute is that, right? And so we've got that now. So now we really have all of our parts and pieces to put this together. So we've got our card base, and now we're gonna make that super cute bookmark. So we're gonna take this piece here, and you could absolutely put this up on Stampin' Dimensionals if you wanted it to be a little thicker, or I'm just gonna use some liquid adhesive for this part. And we're just gonna add that right on there, and we will center this right over that bigger paper tag and the heart. That's just lining that up, and we'll just go ahead and adhere that. So that is our paper tag. Then we're gonna take our sentiment here. We're gonna glue with some of our liquid adhesive here, and we're gonna glue these two together. So it's just gonna give it that border to make that pop. Easy, right? Okay, so let's put this on our card front here. So for this piece, we are gonna use some dimensionals. So these are just some Stampin' Dimensionals. I'm just gonna put them on each of those corners and one in the middle here. And we'll go ahead and peel the backing off of those. Aren't you loving this? I can't wait to read all your comments, see all of your designs for this bookmark card. I love when you guys send me those. So this piece, we're just gonna go ahead and center that right on the front, just like so. So it's popped up with our dimensionals and ready to go. Now we want to add some ribbon. So this is our brand new scalloped ribbon in Petal Pink. So I just have a sewing pin in there. I have that on all my ribbon to just keep it so it's not out of control, right? So we're just gonna unroll this a bit, and we're gonna take our ribbon snips. So I have a separate pair of snips that I use just for cutting ribbon. That way the paper doesn't dull them or anything. So we're just gonna fold this right in half. So we've just got that piece. It's probably about, I don't know, 8 inches or so. The measurements will be all on our tutorial, but you're just gonna take this, we're gonna slip it through that heart center. There we go. And then we're just gonna open that up, and we're gonna slip those 2 ends right through. So we've kind of got that going. Isn't that pretty? Now we're gonna grab some linen thread. This is just some of our linen thread. Now I'm gonna leave this on the roll, but I'm going to kind of fold it in half here and see about how much that I need. I find sometimes a little more is easier to work with, right? So I'm gonna grab that piece. It's folded in half, so we've got a double. And we're going to put this in the back of our ribbon here, and we're just gonna tie this in a bow. So we're just gonna tie it first into a knot, just like we are tying our shoes. So I like to kind of do that first knot and then pull those edges up just so that everything is great. Then I'm going to flip this upside down, because when you tie a bow upside down, the tails seem to go where you want them to. And so I'm just gonna tie that in a bow. Now I'll turn this back right side up, pull my tails, see how they go in the direction they're supposed to. We're gonna snip this one here so that it's not in a loop. And then we're just gonna look at our ends here, and I think I'm just gonna trim them just a tiny bit so that they are even. And this is gonna be the inside bookmark. So you can absolutely use this as just a fun card, just like so. You can put your message right on the back if you're using a lighter piece of cardstock there. You can also flip this over and you could take a basic white layer and just center that right on the back, and you could write your message there if you needed some more room. Now we of course need a bit of bling. So these are our antique pearls, and I'm just gonna take 2 of these larger ones and put those right kind of on each side of our tag there. I love that. And then on our little bookmark, I'm gonna add some of our smaller ones. So I'm gonna take 2 of those. See how there is these dots here in the stamped image? Just gonna go ahead and put 2 of these smaller ones right on the edge of those. And I think an odd number of embellishments always looks the best. So we'll put 1 more right at the top there. And then our bookmark is done. So they could use this. These also make really cute gift tags just by themselves. I love this set. But I think as a fun bookmark, who wouldn't want that, right? So that is our finished project. Here's my first one. But I was having so much fun with this that I made some other variations. So I thought real quick I would show you some of the different variations, just changing the paper. Make sure we get them all on camera here. But just, this is all from that Country Woods designer paper. But look, we've just changed the DSP print a little bit, and look at all the different fun variations that you can come up with. All right, well, let me come back so I can say hello and goodbye, and thank you so much all for joining me today and each and every week, for all your likes, all your subscribing, and all your sharing with your friends. I absolutely appreciate each and every one of you so, so much. All right, I will see you guys soon. Have a great week. Happy stamping, and I will see you soon.